What is going on, Internet? Happy 4th of July. This is JD coming at you with another video, not about the Redskins. I mean, I'm actually really pumped up. Got about a month left before some preseason. To last month without football. It's fantastic. Here's what I will talk about, though. It is NBA free agency. And my God, have people gone and panicked. I mean, I'm just ecstatic. I mean, LeBron James turns into a mercenary, runs and plays for the Lakers, yada, yada, yada. And everyone's like, oh, the Lakers are now competitors, are now contenders. And then Paul George pulls the rug out from underneath everyone and stays with the Thunder. So they can't build another super team for LeBron James. And LeBron James is going to have to do it by himself now instead of have to get a whole bunch of other superstars to play with him. Okay, they're trying to get Kawhi Leonard, and the Spurs aren't going to do it. So the Lakers stupidly have now signed Lance Stevenson, LeBron James, and Rajon Rondo. Three people who really don't like each other. The JaVale McGee, who has helped prevent LeBron James from getting 2 titles the last 2 years. And also you have LeVar Ball you have to deal with. So the Lakers is going to be called not the Showtime Lakers. It's going to be the reality show Lakers. It's going to be great. I can't wait to watch it. But then two days ago, Boogie Cousins signed with the Golden State Warriors. And I just sat there. I stood up and clapped. I'm like, I actually wanted them to go with the Wizards. But I think what happened was he's just too injured right now that no one wants to give him any kind of long-term deal. So he's like, okay, while I'm healing, I might as well just go somewhere where I'm going to get a championship ring. And now all these ESPN analysts, and I was literally just listening to Nick Wright, and this is why I'm posting this video. I was literally just listening to Nick Wright complain about, oh, the NBA is not competitive. Athletes don't want to be competitive anymore. Blah, 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 blah. You are the biggest LeBron James dick rider on television. You are literally the biggest dick rider for LeBron James on television. And you're complaining about someone going somewhere and not making it competitive. You're just whining and bitching because LeBron James is not going to win a title because, one, Paul George isn't going to go there and play with LeBron James. 2, they might get Kawhi Leonard, but that's not going to be enough to overtake the Golden State Warriors. They don't have an elite center. Lopez isn't good enough. Lonzo Ball as point guard is not going to work out because you can't have Lonzo Ball at point guard, Rondo at point guard, and LeBron James. You can never play those three together because neither one of those three can consistently shoot. LeBron James can kind of shoot. He's gotten better at it. But it's just the whining and bitching and moaning by LeBron James fans that it's not fair that all these teams, the Golden State Warriors have all these 5 All-Stars. It's not fair. Well, guess what? First off, the core of the team was built through the draft. The first title they got was because they had Steph Curry. They had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, a handful of other players that they had built through the draft, and then they got them fairly through trades. Like Andrew Bogut was on that team. Draymond Green, they got him through the draft as well. So you have all these players that got through the draft, and they won their first title that way. It's not fair. LeBron James still can't win a title. Okay, so LeBron James, beats them 1 year with a stimulus package by having Draymond Green suspended, the second best rim protector in the league, and Andrew Bogut tears his ACL, so he's out. And then in Game 6, Andre Iguodala injures his back. And so that happens, and LeBron James gets a title. If they never got a title, Kevin Durant probably would have never gone there because he ain't joining the championship team. Yada, yada, yada. So now that it's not fair for LeBron James, now all of a sudden, it was okay when LeBron James joined up with 2 MVP candidates in Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh to run down to Miami and make a super team. And it was okay when that happened, considering in the finals he lost to a team that only had 1 All-Star on that team. But that was totally fair. It was totally competitive, and it was a competitive nature doing that. Completely fair whenever LeBron James did that. And then it was completely fair adding Shane Battier. It was completely fair adding Mike Miller. It was completely fair adding Michael Beasley. It was fair adding Rashard Lewis. It was completely fair to add Ray Allen to that team. Seriously, that was all fair. But now that someone's took LeBron James's plan and used it against him, it's not fair. Well, guess what? That's what was lobbied for. That's what they wanted. They wanted the ability to jump from team to team. Personally, I want to go back to, if you're drafted by a team, the team has the rights to you forever. They have the rights to you forever. They should have, every year of the cap increases, they should actually have a players union convention, the NBA Players Union or Players Association, whatever you want to call it, should get together and figure out max contract deals, how much money they can get paid. They can figure all that stuff out. But I really think they should have the right, and the Players Union should have the right to dictate what player qualifies as what. If they qualify you as a player where you deserve the max contract, then you get the max contract. And the team either offers you the max contract or they trade you away to a team who wants to pay you that. It's that simple. And I think that is the right. That should be the right, and that's how it should be done now. If you really don't want teams doing this, guys teaming up with each other, then remove the free agency. But the reason why you have free agency is because if I'm on a team and I'm, worth $25 million and they want to pay me 10, the reason why free agency exists is someone wants paid $20 million, let them leave and go pay $20 million. But the point is I think the free agency has gotten out of hand, and I don't hate the fact that DeMarcus Cousins gone there. I like DeMarcus Cousins. I think he'll go. What I think he's going to do is go there 1 year, get a title. Actually, I think he'll actually contribute a little bit. And if he comes back fully healthy, they have a right to sign him because they might lose Klay Thompson, and he can actually shoot threes, and he's got a lot of talent that they could utilize. Okay, there's a lot of money that they're going to have to shell out next year with Klay Thompson. I think Draymond Green's almost up on his contract, so on and so forth. There's a lot of things they're going to have to do to pay people. Okay, so that's why I think they're signing him on the mid-level exemption, whatever it's called, mid-level contract. So that's why I think they're doing that. Not to mention DeMarcus Cousins gets a season where he doesn't have the pressure to come back early to make sure the team's competitive. If he was on the Wizards, yeah, they would need him to be competitive. That's the thing. If he wants to, now next year he can go to the Wizards. The Wizards are going to have cap space next year. Okay, so there's a reasoning why that is. One, he can go there, and if he comes back healthy, they can offer him a max contract, and he can get max contract up and play with Durant and other players. Or B, he can go somewhere else if they want to sign other players and, say goodbye to him. He can go somewhere else, and he's actually going to be healed up, and he didn't spend a whole season playing injured. That's exactly why he did it, and I don't blame him for that. But if everyone's going to complain that the free agency is the way it is, and, guys just teaming up and playing with each other, guess what? How about you advocate for some change of free agency? Okay? Like I said, I think if you get drafted by a team, they have your rights for life. And I think that the way you counter that and make sure that guys aren't getting, basically getting undercut on how much they're worth, is that team can trade your rights to somebody else. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But the NBA Players Association should have the right to dictate what you're worth. A team shouldn't be like, okay, we want to give this player $10 million. Well, based on his production, he's a max contract player. Well, we don't want to pay him that. Okay, trade him to someone that will. And I think they should eliminate the salary cap in that regard, and then you can just retain everyone you sign. Okay? I don't think you should have a salary cap. I think the Players Association should dictate how much someone should be paid. And if a team owns your rights, then that team can pay you how much they want. If your team drafts, let's say hypothetically this happened, your team drafts Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, and like 5 other good players, and your team just drafts well, your team has the right to retain those players at any financial cost. Okay? And I think it should be up to the NBA Players Association to dictate everyone's value. Okay? And it should be an uncapped league, and any team, if they want to retain every one of their assets, every player they've ever drafted, then that's fine. They can do that. That's how the league should be done. But if someone thinks they're worth $25 million, and a team they're playing for says they're worth $10 million, and the Players Association says they're worth $25 million, then that team has to trade them away to someone who will pay them $25 million. And that's how I believe the NBA should work. That's just my personal opinion. That'll remove a lot of this BS with super teams. If a team is drafting well, they should have every right to retain every player they draft because they're drafting well and they're building talent. You should not be able to just do what the Lakers do, and because it's a hot destination, it's a great destination, everyone should just flock to those teams and run to those teams and run to warm climates and like, oh, I'm going to play here because the climate's nicer. No, it shouldn't be like that. Okay? If you want fairness, true fairness, the fairest way is if you are a team, you should retain the rights to everyone you draft, unless you want to trade away those rights. And the NBA Players Association should be in unison with this and dictate how much someone is worth. Okay? That's honestly, in my opinion, the best way. Because get rid of this salary cap bullshit, get rid of this luxury tax bullshit. If you have 5 people on your team, and 5 people on your team that you have drafted, or maybe you traded for one of them, or whatever, are worth, maybe you're only allowed to have 4 max contracts. Maybe have that a rule too. I don't know. But if you draft a team, and you draft a team for 5 players who qualify for max contracts, then by God, those 5 players get max contracts. Because you've done a good job training, drafting, and developing players and building a team. It's that simple. I think that should be how the NBA should be done. Free agency should be a thing of the past. Remove the salary cap, let players be paid what they're worth. And if someone doesn't want to pay them what they are worth, then it's an open market trade, and they can literally trade them. Doesn't have to be equal value. They can literally trade them a 2nd round pick. Whoever offers up the most stuff gets that guy. Here's how it works. Let's say I'm a max contract player and I play for the Washington Wizards. Okay? And the max contract is $30 million a year, hypothetically. Okay? Wizards don't want to pay me $30 million. They don't want to pay that much money, or maybe they don't see me value to that. Maybe they're only valuing me at $20 million. Okay, but the NBA Players Association says this guy's worth $30 million. He's a max contract talent. They can literally put it up there that I am up for, the ability to actually get me, and the best offer gets me. The best offer in the NBA Players Association, or maybe you have like a committee of people who decide which is the best offer. So let's say Milwaukee wants me, and they're gonna give a 1st rounder and 2 2nd rounders to get me, plus maybe a player that is making like $10 million. And then the Miami Heat only want to give a 1st round pick or 3 1st round picks or something. I pick or I don't pick the destination. They pick the destination, what's best for them. Okay, I pick the destination that I want to go to. I mean, they pick the destination I go to. No more of this running the warm climates bullshit. Now, if I'm really nice and like, hey, trade my rights to them so they can sign me for this, fine. That's how it should be done. Now, I know that's unpopular because, like, what about the rights of the players? Well, you know what? When I work for a company, I don't have rights to just, I have certain rights in the company. I mean, I profit X amount of money, and I'm worth that amount of money. I don't get to tell them what they pay me. I don't get to run the other companies. I mean, I get to run other companies and pay me, but that's not how the NBA works. This is my opinion. I know it sounds weird, and it sounds a little bit like indentured servitude, but it's not. They draft you to get your rights, and I think they should have the right. They should still pay you what you're valued. That's not what I'm doing, and then you should still get paid what you're valued. My opinion, though, is they should have the right to retain your rights if you're in the value that you're placed at, okay, or they have the right to sign you away. Or if you really just don't want to play for someone, you don't have to sign for that right to play for them, and they trade you away for whatever they can get. Okay, but your rights belong to them. Basically, that's how I personally believe it. So that is my video. If anyone has any different opinions, obviously it's going to be different opinions because it kind of sounds like you're telling people they can't go play where they want to play. You can go play where you want to play. I just think you should do away with free agency. That would solve 99% of these problems. So that's me. That's my opinion. This is JD. Thank you for watching. See ya.